Hello, hello. Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Welcome to the OU S-Class League. The best league, the best pool of the OU League. With six of the best players in the world, we could say. This is basically a top level league. Like, if we summarize it quickly. Yeah,
It's definitely the highest level of like people who are actively playing in Japan. I mean, you got Yuuki in here,
mm.
the grand champion from PGRS, Live, Tomokun, uh, Delta 2. Yeah, the only two people I don't recognize that I don't think were in the PGRS are Norasake and I don't know how to pronounce that one. Charumira?
Charumera. Yeah, he was in the PGRS, but he didn't made it very, very far. But he was.
Okay. That makes sense.
Noraske
I'm running.
played last year in the DS class as well, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. I was so focused on the overseas side, I forgot about the Japanese side because I was
That's a lot
all
to keep
about
track.
the because Yoshi and Yuki were not Yuki. Yoshi and Rick were going ham on it, and then we were kind of catching some of the A matches.
Hmm.
But now it's S time, starting with Delta versus Yuki.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting matchup to start things with. I wished we could have seen it in the PGRS finals, but we didn't because I think those two end up in different pools.
Yeah, and I agree because I'm thinking back like to PGRS now where Dan was very aggressive and Delta had to do like some crazy like secondary chains on the second third floor. And
Hmm.
Yuki's pretty fast, but Yuki can also get kind of aggressive towards that mid game. So I'm hoping to see some kind of like Yuki goes aggressive and then Delta has to like kind of build through the trash just to see like what would happen in that situation.
Oh, uh, and actually, it looks like my filling time is over because our second commentator is here. So yeah, I'll leave you guys for the stream. Everyone, welcome Riona on the stream. Uh, yeah, enjoy the stream, guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you for filling in, Haven. We're gonna have Riona coming in, who is saying that they played in top four. I knew they had different pools. I just could not remember the bracket. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, we're
Not
talking.
your
It's talking about
birthday.
the IRL like portion of it.
Yeah, because we were talking
Yeah.
about pools where like Dan and Delta played. I knew
Uh
like they were in separate, but I couldn't remember if they played in the final bracket because I knew Yuki won.
yeah. It was Yuki. I think it was Yuki Delta, and then Tomokun versus I forget the other kid was that Tomokun had to face at the top four portion.
Okay. I'll have to take a review on that to bring back my knowledge.
Yeah.
But I think for now we can probably just focus on the match and get right into it.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's gonna be interesting to see. Okay, Delta won the 2025 finals, right? If my
I,
memory's right.
I actually don't remember because I wasn't around for that.
Oh wait, yeah, no, he won 2025, and then Yuki won this year's. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting to see the two champions going at it for this set.
All right then. Then let's go ahead and take it away. Let's get into that match. And I realize I still have Kuberry's evil minion in my name while we wait for this match to start up.
The realest of demons.
Oh my god, we even get like the little player profile pics in the corners to like replace the webcams. That's funny.
Oh yeah. The
We should start
smile
doing
of
this for like the
innocence.
overseas.
Should we?
That'd be hilarious. Because I would like want to know how many people actually have like a picture on hand.
Oh man, not that many people, I would imagine, or at least they wouldn't have any pictures that they'd be particularly proud of.
See, we got some diversions already. Delta with a very traditional flat stack, but Yuki kind of going for that raised Y on his tail. But he has a lot of power, but he's kind of getting caught at the top potentially.
Oh, Oh no, nice little 2 there.
Oh, the attack from Delta,
Oh.
but Yuki just goes full, I think.
Yeah, he's going straight into main. Oh my gosh.
The knowledge check, be like, can you beat my extension?
Oh my gosh. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, 14 chain all clear here from Yuki. Delta seems to not have a red. Oh no.
That's the hard part, though, when it keeps going, like, alternate, like, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. It's so easy just to lose one of them in the
Yeah, and then
matchup.
you're like you're just wondering, wait, my chain should be fine, and then that situation comes up and it's like, oh my gosh, I was missing one specific color and everything just collapses.
Yeah, it's always like that, or like you think you judged the height correctly, and you're like, oh no.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I hate when that happens so much. Like you think you have just
You gotta know when to blame by yourself.
True. Oh no, that wasn't enough to fully defend, and he just knows that he won't have anything in time to defend against the 4, so he just forfeits that round. Okay.
Yeah, because you just need like you need like double red, like really lucky clears on the ones to even get close to getting fast enough to get through that 4 chain and come in.
Yeah, rough spot there for Yuki, but we know this kid's gonna be able to adapt accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, they're both already really strong. Like it was coming out swinging to start the set.
Yeah.
Attack after attack, like right, the 14 all clear to start into like, okay, now we're not gonna let you do that, right? Delta just going with a quick response. But Yuki with a huge attack right back. There's a lot of resource actually.
5 chain counter here from Delta. It does not force Yuki into going for, he doesn't go straight into main after that. He has that much confidence in his board state that he could just get out of this situation. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh,
god, the rotation?
Wow. No, wait, he's still alive after that.
And the fact that he actually has like access to main now potentially is like insane to me.
He kind of does. He just needs to clear those reds and those greens off in his like first couple columns. Oh my gosh, he has access to main now. He can just build as he pleases.
And Delta try to build like and forego column 1 and just do columns 2 through 6 to stay faster than Yuki, right? To make space, or sorry, to take advantage of that space. But Yuki just got all their board resources back and he reverses the chain.
That's an 8. Oh my gosh.
That's the danger though, when you give up column 1, it's very easy to get covered.
Yeah, you're never out in the round until that red X is hit. Very good survival there from Yuki, but unfortunate for Delta for not being able to close that round off.
Yeah, it just comes back to like, you know, the advantage of like only building 2 through 6 is that you are faster, but you also have less space to work with. So decisions become even more important once you commit to less space, because then you only have so many places to put your Poyo.
Yeah, like if you're gonna reduce the amount of space that you have available, you have to be willing and able to come out swinging. Because if you can't swing fast enough, then a lot of what you're doing is for naught.
And Yuki is getting just a small poke after a small poke to clean up everything that Delta has sent in. Like, Delta has had Yuki stuck on this top layer for so long, but then Yuki just gets a 2 or 3 and just gets down.
Oh, is this made from Delta? If he has a red in column 1, it should be.
Oh,
yep.
Man. It's actually great because Yuki lost so much of his board trying to get down. There isn't like a clear, you know, key point to extend out of.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a main chain available at this moment. Let's see if it's anything that could keep him in the round. It has decent power inside. Wait, that's a 12. It might actually counter. What?
The diving tail is insane. But it's only 2 rocks, and Delta has a lot of resource on the board now. And look at Delta, it was the same diving tail.
This seems to be an 8 chain. Yuki has nothing to counter with. Wow.
The fact that Yuki got 12 out of that situation was pretty nasty, because it did not look very good for his board state. But being able to read those drop downs is such an important skill at this level.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, good
And
on
even like
Delta.
look at how they build around the reds. Like both of them. It's so different, and yet the tails still dive like one after the other.
Yeah. Oh, does he have anything to keep himself? No. He got very unlucky with the Nooses drop there.
Maybe a little
Like,
focus on the chain, because like when you have like a 3-color game and the fourth card only shows up for 4 players, it's very easy to get distracted and just like want to rush out the finishing parts of your chain just to be safe.
yeah. So much you can really do there. Oh, I was smelling a thorn from Yuuki at first, but he just goes for the 2, which I think is a better option in this case.
Yeah, another thing that's kind of interesting about Yuki is the amount of different forms he's kind of been floating to, right? We've seen the GTR, we're seeing Sol now, but last round he was, kind of more freeform. Oh, he goes
Yeah.
out of the, what's it called? The yellow trigger and looks for the option select for this 6 chain, but that's really hard to re-extend on his left side.
Oh, yeah. Now he's just looking for the green to finish the chain off. Okay, go straight into it. Delta has a decent size 11. Let's see what Yuki's chain is gonna cascade to. Is this enough? It's not.
And he's still 55 on the 8, which is a lot. That's like an 11 to 12 chain worth of damage. But unfortunately, just lost too much having to pop the alt trigger on the purples earlier in the round. So he couldn't really rebuild any of his tail afterwards because he could only focus on extending to try and survive.
Yeah. But like overall, it's like an extremely even game. I can't really say at this moment who has the advantage in the beginning phase, because it kind of feels like they.
Or go for it.
No, you can go. You can go.
I was gonna say it feels pretty even to me, just because it has been a lot of trade backing of attacks. I feel like the big thing I've been seeing is it feels like Yuki is just slightly more flexible than Delta when it gets into the scramble stages, but Delta has like the cleaner rebuilds when it's kind of like it's kind of like trading punches.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there.
Oh, actually, a reversible from Yuki, like right side GTR, but left side Solon.
Oh my gosh, no way. Let's see what he's gonna end up having to crack under pressure to go for. Oh, he's gonna go for a crazy group bonus attack here. Okay, nice 4. Delta's not gonna be able to counter that. Still taking a little over a row, but he's still fine for the most part.
The pressure's really good. Those extra groups that Yuki is making is just helping him eke out the extra bits of damage he's using against Delta. And now Delta has to actually spend his tail.
Oh, wait, hang on a second. Is he okay after this? Yo, no way. That counters, right?
Hey, well, but Yuki's purposely tanking because he knows it's not that much damage.
Well.
And he's going to use the blues here, potentially the south pole, seeing if Delta will commit.
And Delta just goes straight into main here, and he gets off a 7. I don't know if he takes that round, because Yuki's got a 7 of his own with way more power. Okay.
It was tough. Like, Delta lost all of his tail space. So I think Yuki just knew that he just needed to stall out until he was confident they had more power than Delta.
Yeah, and like knowing that is also like pretty valuable. Knowing that, okay, my opponent's tail is in a very bad spot, so no matter what they do, so long as I throw out even the slightest bit more power in my chain, I should be okay. Is very like worthwhile to know.
I agree.
Like, it's hard though. The thing is, like, what I see for most people is like it's hard to gauge whether or not what you have against your opponent will be enough to give you advantage. And oh no, this doesn't work out well for Delta. Does it Wadikomi? No way, it doesn't Wadikomi. He might have a chance. Oh no, he doesn't.
Yeah, you see, he had so much more power. Yuki committed right into main chain as soon as he defended himself because he got rid of the blues around his GTR key form. I think Yuki just felt confident at that point that it would take way too long to re-extend that low on the board. It's kind of interesting because I feel like this is maybe. I think it's true for technically like all players at every level, but it feels a little bit more true right now for some of the younger players, where if you watch like let's say Rick practice, another young player from Taiwan, and he like focuses so much on like trying to balance out his shapes, but it's not like groups of 4 shapes all the time. Sometimes it is, these big 5 links or like reversing these chains like this. But I don't know if this one was
Yeah.
intentional because like everything is disappearing. It's still a 10, but Delta only had the 8.
The fact that I felt like neither of those attacks were intentional and they still had like 7+ is incredible.
Yeah, I feel like that's also like the tough part when you try to do like all these flexible forms, like all these L shapes. It's really easy for them to just cascade into each other
Yeah.
because there's so many groups of 3 and it only takes one straight Poyo to make that a 4.
Oh, and there's a Hellfire there from Delta.
But
Is
the
he just
tail
gonna go straight
attack,
into main? Oh, 4 double from Yuuki. He could reverse it. Oh no, actually not.
almost.
Yeah.
I think double yellow at least kept him alive, but I don't think it would have secured him the round.
Yeah.
It's
Dang,
tough. What's up?
Oh, no, nothing.
Yeah. It looks like Yuki is moving back more towards GTR now. A lot of the flat stacking's coming out, for that more efficient chaining. Oh my god, this is really high up for Yuki. Already kind of like a bit tanky on the build.
Oh, Delta's is gonna go straight into the 14 attack here. Yuki's got a very nice 5. Delta will have no choice but to go straight into main. Wait, whoa.
No blues to
Wait.
pop, and he still needs to extend more.
Wait, was he trying to attack from like everything on top of his transition point, or was he trying to fire main?
I think
Okay,
he was extending to it to attack because his board resources were so much less than Yuki's that if he sent main, Yuki could just pop main and be fine. But there was also no blues in queue at all, so he couldn't really rely on just sending main, because he also still needed to put his green key Poyo back. So there was nothing really there for him to go with.
There was no real safe scenario for him in that case. He's just lost in a way. That's very unfortunate. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, that's a 4.
But it's okay because Yuki has a respawn 4 right back. Delta's gonna just send main.
Just going straight into main. Interesting. Actually, I think that's a better play here on Delta's end. This might.
That's a lot. Wait, the blues. They're gonna not work at all because they popped early.
The tail just imploded, unfortunately. Because I think that chain would have actually countered had it not imploded the way it did.
Yeah, because I think he wanted those blues to pop later because it looked like it was going to go red, purple into blue again for that drop down. But unfortunately lost all of the space. But we'll see what Yuki can do. Like, he still has a bit of a lead, so it's not like danger zone yet. And I believe these are all first to 20s for it's either first 20 or first 30. I know my mind is blanking on it. But there's still a lot of time for Yuki to, build back that lead. And this is a good way to do it because it's a big commit with straight full chain. Alright, and now going into the 12, even with the 7 pop the power 7 pop, it's still 71k worth of damage. That's a lot. But Delta's tail is looking real nice. Oh god, there's no blue though now. It got eaten somewhere, but it's still enough. That was kind of scary because that was like on the last link too, and that missing blue could have been problems because that blue-yellow link, -2 on that 12, right? Could have been a 14. But thankfully for Delta, he's keeping it close. Especially in like the Oil League sets, the last thing you want to do is let your opponent get a really big lead. Because while you make an argument for this, there's like 2 sides of the coin. Because the sets are longer, like first 30s, first to 20s, there is a lot more time to come back in a set like that over a first to 10, or like even a first to 7, right? Because there's like just a significantly larger amount of rounds. If your opponent builds a huge lead early, it's also a lot harder to come back after a certain point, because if you're down like 15 rounds in a first to 20 and you're just like 16 to 15, sorry, 6 to 15, right? Like, it's like that's just so many rounds to make up in comparison to like being 2 to 8 in a first to 10. I mean, it part of it is like that timing pressure. But we'll see what happens again. It's only 6-9 right now. Yuuki going right back to the flat stacks, pretty big favorite for a lot of players in Japan just because it lets you establish links very easily. And the nice part about flat stacks is because they are easy to link, you can make some attacks on top of them without spending them. However, the hard part about flat stacks is that they can be vulnerable to being poked at. And so it can be a bit hard to defend if your opponent just keeps doing repeated pokes, or if they keep going for larger attacks. But the real weakness of like flat stack is like early into the build when your opponent is trying to set them up, because usually when you're building flat, it's very easy to cover. But that's also why Yuuki built that little Y joint or L joint in his flat stack early to kind of help mitigate getting cut off. But it's kind of dicey now, but it's going to go all the way down. The purple drop here, that's nasty. It's going to be a 15 chain. Yuuki is so good with these diving tails. That was disgusting. It looked like Delta was going to be home free, and he actually might be because it's got a 5-chain response. Yuuki guts the blue just in time. It's going to dive tail again off the bottom. He's going to stay alive. He built such an insane 15, it still wasn't enough to secure the round. Delta just has so much more space, it's going to be real hard. Yuuki's going to have to make a lot of use out of this top floor. He's thinking about it, there's no green coming in, so he's just dead. And after what was an insane 15 chain, he actually can still drop the round. And that's just the life at this high level. It's not just about the main chains, it's about how good is your secondary game afterwards. And Delta right now is putting himself in advantageous situations, to build strong secondary chains. And Yuki's going to try and mix it up. He's going to go a little bit more free-forming. A bit of a frond stack kind of reversible here. And it's tough. These are hard forms to build because it's very easy to break everything. And 4 is not going to cut it. And Yuki's going to just drop a very quick round. It is very interesting because the younger players tend to like the free-forming more, or like these untraditional forms, kind of like just go with the flow. On one hand, it does make them very hard to compete against because they can just steal rounds from crazy chaining, because they might just see something that you would not expect at all because they just have the experience with like weirder shapes. However, like the advantage for like someone like Delta, who's been playing for a long time, is that he does these traditional shapes so well that he can pump out a very efficient chain really quickly, which could give him an advantage over that freeform that we like to see from some players. And Delta's just gonna go immediately for the follow-up after that 4 from Yuuki. And you guys get sneaks right to main, but there's so much time for Delta now. Well, what do you do? Like, those greens are in the way of each other on the tail. He's actually just not even gonna bother trying to extend off of them. He's just gonna go right into main. But still a 9 from Yuuki, and it's pretty decent. Oh, powers on the 6, that's not gonna be enough. And the all clear from Yuki's gonna secure the round. And that is, the tough part when you commit to like a follow-up, you believe you're doing more damage, but your opponent gets the right piece at the right time. It's a gamble. I don't think the gamble was bad for Delta. It is unfortunate that just happens sometimes when you decide that your damage on your attack is more, and they just happen to get a good piece, right? You can't really predict that. Oh, but Yuuki gets covered. But those resources aren't the hardest to get to. They're a little tedious, but Delta does already have a good counter build set up. Yeah, Yuuki doesn't want to split these too much. He doesn't want to give Delta the chance. Insane extension from Yuuki? Oh, he's going to look for more. He's still going to look for more. I respect that so much. Gets a little bit more juice in there because he knows he needs it for that 6-chain coming in. And look at how well this dives down. This is so nasty. The 7 off the top. And Delta just one piece away from that. yellow green to potentially try and fight his way down. I don't think it would have like let him win the round, but it would have at least like maybe takes a rock, maybe rock and a half. Still very dire, but at least you're alive and can try to build something. Because like we saw from his second stand, like he's really good at building secondary chains on that second, third floor, and like making random 4s and 5s up there that can make them very difficult to kill off the top. Oh, Delta's actually getting kind of crazy with all the L shapes. Huge too! But Yuuki is ready. Again, he just knows what he can and can't do, but he can't use the greens. There's a... Oh, he makes it in time! And again, that's the tough part when you commit. Yuuki has these free forms, and while, yes, it was difficult to get to, it only needed 1 or 2 greens and a purple, and it just shows up in time, and Delta takes another hit.
I'm back. Oh my
But
gosh.
that is the kind of adaptation that you need. Delta needs to get kind of crazier on the attacks. Yuuki gained the best of him, during PGRS, so he's got to, keep him on his toes.
So it seems like Yuuki has the edge when it comes to battle rhythm so far, correct?
Yeah, Yuki's definitely like kept the pace a bit more. Delta's been trying to change that with some more devious attacks and even committing to follow-ups immediately, trying to catch Yuuki at bad spots. But Yuuki is just sneaking out with these kind of like clear a little bit and just kind of work your way down. And Delta's having some trouble with it. Because the tough part is, like, if your opponent can keep clearing his way down, right? Like, what do? Like, if they are just able to tank everything so easily.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Huge tank. Oh, that is a lot of power lost on the left side early on that 3-link.
Yeah, he still gets off a decently sized 13. Delta has a secondary going now. I think this counters too. That looks like it's a 10 chain.
Yeah.
No, it's a 8 double into 9. No, 8 double actually. Whoops.
It's still more than enough. The 13 was good from Yuuki, but just not nearly enough damage on the return.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think like if Delta, even if this chain doesn't necessarily win on the first, he's getting so much time on these secondary chains, whereas Yuki's not getting any. So that's like one of the big advantage points for Delta right now, is that his secondary chain game is just so much more consistent because he is saying just enough damage to buy himself time.
Yeah.
Oh, good snipe.
Sneak attack there. No time for him to react.
Yeah, it was one of the few times we've seen Yuuki this set just get caught off the top. Usually he's always had defense ready, but not this time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens again. We're about like halfway through this set, like a little bit under.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, Thorn there from Yuuki to follow up with the 3 chain. Is he gonna go for another Thorn? Is he gonna go for the 2?
I think just take the 2 here and pray.
Oh no, that's
no.
too much to deal with. Delta's is gonna continue with the 5 chains to finish.
And that's why Delta keeps committing to those attacks that weren't working earlier, because he knows if he times it right, there's nothing Yuuki can do. Yuuki can't take advantage of all that speed that he has if he's constantly stunned by the damage output.
Yeah. So it's a matter of, can Delta continue that type of pressure on Yuuki, or will Yuuki be able to adapt?
Hard to say, but Yuuki actually going back to that raised GTR form that he was doing before.
Oh,
On the right side.
That is really bad.
Yeah. I mean, you love to see it if you're Delta getting those snipes, especially on like when your opponent is pulling out like their more trickier forms, the less straightforward stuff. It can just make them feel like they got punished for trying to do something different and make them go back to the old stuff, right? Like right back to traditional GTR. Because Yuki's like, okay, well the raised GTR immediately failed, so let's just go back.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I thought he was gonna go for the crazy group bonus chain there.
I think he wanted it, but that was only a small 2 because it was same color, so it's not the end of the world for Delta here.
Yeah. Okay, Delta is going for what looks to be a 5-chain. Nope, 4 double. Yuki's got main going.
Yeah, he went into the Hellfire right into full chain. I don't know if the full chain was a part of it because I was surprised he was building Hellfire. But hey, you know what? It worked out. I don't think Delta get down. Oh wait,
He does
oh, because of
get
everything.
down, but he loses his tail entirely. He's only a 7. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that feels real bad. And that sucks too because you're just 1 round away from finally taking the lead on the set, and Yuki's just gonna barely hold on to it.
Yeah, very impressive that he managed to bring it up to tiebreaker. Or to like a tied game, not tiebreaker. But you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean because yeah, Yuki was starting to run away with those rounds early in the set, but who knows? Maybe sometimes, at least with these longer sets, you're punished a bit less if you're like kind of like a slow starter, right? If you need that time to kind of like warm up.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of rough when you end up in those situations because you lose so many rounds early that can be kind of detrimental to your game plan. Okay,
Yeah,
2
it's
double.
like okay, nice Barry. Yeah, it's like these long sets do a very good job at showing the differences between some of these players in terms of their adaptation in long sets and their endurance. And like how they start up the long sets in the process. Like some people will try to start off as strong as possible, but then they either lose gas or they slightly change up what they do so they don't gas themselves out. It backfires at times. I've seen it backfire, or they just play the slow game and then they bring it back like as the set goes on.
Yeah, and Delta, trying to play a bit. I feel like the slower game, whereas Yuki kind of has been a bit more on the throttle, at least in terms of this set. And I agree with you. I think when how do you want to put it? It's like I feel like when you're the more aggressive player, it's a lot easier to lose momentum once like someone gets used to like your aggression timings. If they do get used to it, just because you can kind of like adapt your play around it. Oh,
I agree. Oh yeah, 100%.
I think you might just go into main here.
Oh no, he converts it to a 2 double, and I think that might be it.
Yeah, Dylan just got cooked. Again, just Yuki holding on just barely to this 1 round lead, which sometimes all that matters is that you win the set by 1 round, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like when you're at such a high skill level like this, it's very easy to only just trade 1 for 1 every round because you both are just adapting to each other all the time. But if you're only trading 1 for 1 the entire time, then it's really good for the player who has the 1 point first.
Because the very moment you get the tiebreaker,
you at least have 1 round extra to spend. Your opponent doesn't.
Yeah, just like less pressure on your end. Oh, no way this counters. Oh my gosh, it does. And Delta has the Hellfire into 3 though. It perfectly can't. No, it returns. What?
1 trash, but this is kind of rough for Yuki because he has to figure out how to re-extend this Solon that got kind of destroyed. And the processor is like, the GTR is pretty safe for Delta. He just needs to be careful about how much resource he spends. But Yuki, with an insane 5-chain, forces main from Delta.
He's got plenty of time to extend his chain. Oh
no, it's okay. It's
only just a 5.
The tank. Yeah, it's just a tank. And look at that, the reds are going all the way down for the 3. And Delta doesn't have enough space. He's trying so hard to do, that 1 column raise counter.
And it's just not going to get him as far as he'd want. He's missing so many colors that would have been super beneficial.
They needed a purple, needed a green, need another green. So after that yellow link to have a chance, and Yuki gonna slowly start pulling away again.
Let's see if Delta goes back to trying out those surprise attacks on Yuki, because it was doing wonders for him when this set was like 8-12, and he managed to claw it back to 12-12.
Yeah, I think Yugi just playing a bit safer, right? A lot more L shapes this time, a lot less flat stacking, trying to keep those options open. And Delta is seeing like back these larger attacks, but the larger attacks are giving Yuki a lot of time to, you know, rebuild a quick 2 or rebuild a quick 3.
Oh my gosh. Tails are still rather stable on both sides.
Yeah, okay. One quick, one clear. But look at this again. You know, Yuki just trying to stall out, but it's going to be another four response. And oh my god, actually, it's time for the thorn. That's insane.
What?
I don't know where he found the time for that.
I think that's just the result of everything collapsing the way it did. 6 chain there from Yuki. I think this 6 double from Delta is going to counter. What does Yuki have in response? I don't think this is enough. Wait. No, wait. No,
Oh
that's
my
enough.
god.
That's
It's
a
more
6
than
itself.
enough.
Oh my lord. And then
Delta has the drop
a
down too. He's
5
got enough
chain.
to survive.
Oh my gosh. No, that counters. Oh. What is this?
This is pretty rough. Delta's just doing a full counter chain. He's like, he sees Yuki has a lot of resource, but he's gonna transition out now because he sees Yuki's not even gonna try to attack him. But it might be dangerous now because Yuki just went for the transition.
Ooh, wow, that power on that 2 from Delta, incredible. Reducing that to just 5 nuisance. Yuki with the 3 double. Delta's forced to fire off what looks to be the remainder of his resources. What is that? A 10 chain?
I think it might be enough is what it is.
10 double.
Yuki doesn't have
Yuki-
anything.
Wait, no, he does.
Oh my god,
gosh.
no way.
What?
That's an insane trigger into dropping down tail. There's no way.
It's
Oh
a
my, I still
12?
keeps going.
No, it's an 11. What?
That was insane. Where did he pull that out? It looked like he was fishing for so long. It looked like he was Jover. But no, insane 11 find from Yuki. I cannot believe he did that. His diving tails are insane today.
Oh my gosh, if Delta had another purple, that 9 chain would have counted for sure. What are these rounds? What are these like chains that they're building? It's like actually incredible showing from.
And that is kind of a tilter if you're Delta, because Delta has had like the advantage before that on these like, you know, secondary chains, and Yuki just snuck into really strong ones.
Yeah, it's a matter of battle rhythm. Can he maintain? Can he keep his feet from getting tangled up to Yuki's beat? Or, oh my gosh, Yuki's going straight into main. He just knew for a fact that Delta was going to try a crazy attack on him. So he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to give you that opportunity. I'm just going to fire whatever I have. And this is an insanely clean 16. Wait, no, it's a 14.
That was nasty. And you have to remember, because he just said full light, that gave Delta a lot of time to rotate pieces to make his own efficient chain. And look how nasty it's going to be on Delta's end. Huge 14.
Oh my
It
gosh.
actually didn't do that much damage, right? That was only a handful of rocks. It was 5 rocks. And Yuki is building an insane response right now.
A 10 chain on the ready. What does Delta have in response? Okay, he's got the response ready. It's got
He's
a
doing some
power
crazy
in
diving
some
tail
way.
too.
It's only a 7 chain. Wait, no, it's just a 6. Oh no.
That's rough, dude. Yuki is just showing that he is better with the diving tails than Delta, which is crazy. The level up has been insane.
Oh man. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Yeah, man, this is tough now for Delta because the adaptation was good earlier, you know, try to make those attack timings a bit tighter around the flat stack. But now that Yuki's kind of like working a lot more of the L shapes or like on his tail and his trigger, it is making it really hard for Delta to find a good attack timing because he keeps building flat stack and Yuki is going to punish that.
Meanwhile, Yuuki is just able to find these insanely good attacks on Delta, and he just has no way to properly respond to them. Like, even with whatever response that he's had so far, he's always taken at least like 5+ nuisance, which is more than enough time for Yuki to find something else to follow up with. And
Yeah,
that other round is just an example.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he gets all that extra time, Delta still gets stun locked too, so it's even more time on top of it. And Yuki's actually going to go for his first flat stack in a while. Perhaps just feeling confident again now that Delta has kind of just dropped the ball on some of these situations.
Oh yeah, man, he's just gonna force it. That might be
He got picked off the top as soon as he got the blue.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh my gosh. You never go for the cock. Never go for the risky. Because the game's just gonna get in the backhand.
That is just Yuki was feeling so confident, and his chain was nasty. And it's like, as soon as that happened, he's like, "Okay, no more for fun. Back to like the real stuff. Forget the raised GTR. You got some more of his like funnier shapes." But again, it's not entirely flat, but it's still a little bit.
Ooh,
So Delta's gonna try and punish it.
Oh wait, hang on a second. This isn't actually too bad for Yuki. He could just fire main here if he. Never mind.
And he gets picked off the one again, dude. Oh my god, Yuki. I feel like, what was working was, those L shapes, the craziness of like all the attack options, and suddenly just like going straight for main chains all the time. It's giving, Delta an opportunity to come back.
Oh yeah. If the crazy like peculiar attack patterns don't work out, you can always stick to something normal because they never expect normal in these cases.
Well, the thing is, he is building normal, and I think that's what Delta's happy with. I was like, oh my god, I can hit this.
No, but like what I mean is like not going for a what is it? Like a crazy big attack.
Like that 5 chain right there? That got Delta off, and you thought Yuki would go into main? Oh, baby. Okay, Yuki kind of cooking back up again. He's like, okay, we can't let you have this completely for free. We can't let you have this come back.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is really high on the transition for Yuki's right side.
Oh my gosh.
As part of that is just like the way the colors are working out. He just doesn't want to risk getting covered. But it's a tricky transition now.
Oh, that 2 double's gonna do some crazy damage. Oh, he loses access to everything now. And Yuki just takes that round.
Yeah, I think Delta saw like Yuki's board wasn't that good, but I just didn't expect Yuki to try to fight him there. Which is a shame because Delta has such a good advantage state, like in terms of resources.
Yeah.
That's maybe, gonna be something that haunts Delta. Like, maybe I should attack that sooner instead of just waiting around it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh. Forgoes the option for the 2 double, instead insisting on building even higher. Goes for the 4 chain attack. Yuki going for a 7 chain, it looks like. And Delta's just gonna go straight into main. The fact that everything on top of that transition point is still perfectly safe and sound for Yuki is insane. And he gets his main off like it's nothing. But is it enough is the question. Wait, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough for Yuki. He's gonna counter this.
Oh my gosh, still a rocket 2 rows on the counter. That's insane. Because I look very dicey. But Yuki just knows.
Yeah. Like, it was good for Yuki that Delta's chain didn't send over a moon of nuisance, because if that was a moon that Yuki was receiving, that 8 would not have countered for sure.
I agree. But I think, Yuki just has such good knowledge of like how much damage that he is doing. It just makes it so difficult to feel confident in your attack sometimes. And see, now we're seeing the small pokes from Delta, but it's kind of hard to extend, and Yuki's just going for full again.
Yeah. Oh
man.
Checking. How can he make this work in his favor? Oh,
He wants
this looks
another red.
so
It's coming.
dicey. Oh, but does he have the space for it?
I think he misrotated. I feel like he could have set it off, but maybe he just didn't think his chain was enough.
I don't. Something tells me he was probably he probably no, he had the red. He just needed another red to fire his main because I think he changed his trigger from the green into a red, and oh man, everything on top of this transition looks pretty dicey. But okay, it's not so bad now for
Yeah.
Delta.
Oh, but this could be good though. Like a little bit of trash is always really annoying at top of the board for a lot of players.
Oh yeah,
Oh, but that doesn't have a response. Oh no, he does. He made it. He got to full.
and
But Yuki's just going
also. Wait, no, that's not main from Delta. That's only a 7.
Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really not good for Delta right now. The blues are also not helping out because they're all purple blues.
Oh my
And now
gosh.
it's a purple.
Getting the worst draws known to man. No way.
And all that work he did, the claw back at the midpoint of the set is just disappearing. Yuki is in the back third. You know, he's past 20 points, and Delta's stuck at halfway. And again, dude, the diving tails from Yuki have just been insanely nice. They're just offering him so much space.
Yeah.
And you look how he builds like the L shapes on top of it, so he gets a lot of attack opportunities from it, while also using them as extensions, right? Like boom, quick thorn, boom, another quick 2-chain. But his key forms stay alive, and he can still rotate back to his left side if he needs extra damage.
Yeah, and we got Delta here going straight into main. Yuki's got plenty of time to extend. Oh, he's just gonna fire. Oh, snap. 13 double into 14 all clear here from Delta. He's gonna go for the second all clear? No. Because there's no
See what
need
happens,
to.
though. This is a pretty nice 14 back 15 even.
15. It
But actually not that much damage.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
really bad. Look at all the resource Delta has. He actually has to dismantle his counter chain because he thought he was going to take more damage from Yuki.
Oh man.
Oh, this is so awkward because that all clear that was going to help Delta actually didn't really do anything to Yuki. What's saving grace is he has a lot more resources on the board in comparison to Yuki.
Yeah, that was very dire to witness too. And it's also if he did receive a over a Rocksworth and Nuisance, that would have been so bad for Delta with him not getting the colors he needed. And, oh no!
Yuki misread his yellow judgment to get down, and finally Delta will put another round on the board.
Oh no. Ending Yuki's crazy streak.
Yeah, but again, this like something I was talking about earlier while you were away, you know, it's a lot harder to make long set comebacks in a league format once that lead becomes, you know, double digits. And right now, it's not quite that bad yet, but it's still 7 rounds down.
Yeah.
Oh, Yuki, just going, pretty big attack.
6-chain here from Yuki. Delta needs. Okay, he gets what he gets the. I think it was purple that he needed the fire chain.
Yep.
And
he gets it, and Yuki's building a lot on this tail. I don't know if it's enough.
Oh
the
no!
Doesn't show up, so it's -2 on the link.
I don't know if this will be enough for Yuki. With that loss of power. Oh, even then. Wait, no. If he got...
I thought it would still have so much resources. It'd be hard, still.
Yeah, if he had gotten the additional Lincoln, he for sure would have countered that chain. Because of the power that was coming in.
This is so good for Delta right now. His signs of life have been very good. Yuki's actually getting kind of crazy with it now. Like, the forms are getting more, complicated. Like, you know, there's a lot more L's or a lot more diving down, like this crazy sandwich kind of tail he has going on his left side or trigger, excuse me.
5 chains from Delta, and Yuki's going for a 6-chain. Delta just needs the purple, goes straight off to firing his chain now. What can Yuki do to extend his chain to make it work? Wait, no way! That's a reverse!
It sure is, and it's gonna go all the way down to an 8.
Oh my goodness gracious, Yuki. I cannot believe it.
This is tough because Delta has to now, like he has always had to, but you know, Yuki being willing to reverse his change just makes it so hard for Delta to know like how much damage he's actually doing to Yuki's board at any given time. And again, we're going right back to that Rage GTR. Oh my god, the double placement in column 3 because it wasn't helpful to his board is so scary when your opponent can just hellfire you at any point.
Yeah. Oh man, whoa, this is... Yo, Yuki seems like he's playing a little too close to the sun right now.
And he's gonna get it. Oh my god, he's going down, baby.
Oh, is this main? Oh wow, it's full here from Yuki. Delta's getting really unlucky with these draws. No way.
Delta built, I think, to attack, but he saw Yuki was going for main and wanted to like opt out, I think. But now he can't have any time. He all got used on that clear.
Rough. 15 there from Yuki. Nothing from Delta to protect himself.
They did almost 120k, dude. That is an insane amount of damage.
Off of a 15 chain, no less. Incredible.
I really like what Yuki's cooking here. Like, it is amazing. Usually you don't see like players swap away from GTR, I feel like. In Japan, like I feel like it's just a very strong form, so a lot of people just kind of stick with it. But it's like kind of like raised right side that Yuki's going on. It's not always pure GTR. Sometimes it's like more like of the broken DTR or ETR. The fact that he just pumps out 15 chains with it is so cool.
Like very impressive stuff. Oh, whoa!
I think get the fix. I think we're going all the way down.
He breaks it down into a 7 double, and the chain is still stable enough to be worked with. And he's just gonna continue to extend on top of it. Wait.
Oh, but he's not getting any helpful colors. It's a 9. He's forced to go.
But that's perfectly fine, though. This chain still counters. No! The blues... Wait, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He still gets off a very nice 9, but that group bonus on the 8th link... Wow.
Yeah, that was insanely strong. I was not ready for how strong that was, and apparently Delta wasn't either, so... Again, Yuki trying to keep that 10-point lead. Because I think I was talking about this, and I was like, you know, I think in a first to like 10 setting, you know, 2 to 7 is a lot in comparison like a first to 30. But the thing that about first to 30 can get a lot worse than just a 5-point lead. It can get these big gaps coming in. It's like even more daunting.
Yeah. It's like if you
He's trying to take it. He was 1 short or 1 too low. Oh my god, that would have been insane.
If he had rotated the red on top and put the, I think it was the yellow into ghost row, he would have had something to protect himself with. But I guess he just miscalculated what was coming in.
It's hard sometimes, you know. Especially if it's like 3 rows plus 1 trash. Like the odds are good that you won't get hit, but sometimes you just get hit anyways. And it's like, yep, I guess that happens. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I knew my opponent wouldn't get hit by that, but me, because it's me, the game knows to like, you know, beat me up for that.
Yeah, the story of my life, baby. Aw, yeah.
Oh, I think Yuki cut himself off in accident.
Oh no, he's fine. He gets the blue that he needs to fire his chain. Wait, is that all the way down? No, it's just a 6. Oh my lord.
Just a 6 chain attack. That's his transition be built perfectly again. But he's not even good.
Delta has a 7 double.
But Yuki cut his chain down to the 6, and Delta gets in time.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that countered. Wait, can Yuki build something to protect himself against... Oh my gosh. Wait, does that counter? No, he's missing a red for it to full counter, and Delta gets an 14 all clear to secure the round win. Wow.
That was a crazy tail conversion from Yuki. Like, that was really good from Delta, but my god, Yuki just finds the crazy options. I'm just not ready for him to go for. So it's hard to take your eyes off his gameplay. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah. Still some good signs of life from Delta here. But it's looking pretty dicey with it being 1926. But we have seen crazy comebacks occur. So who's to say that one can't happen here?
That's true. Delta for sure is playing to win. I think even if Yuuki does have a big set lead, Delta's not the kind of player to be like, well, I just gotta secure rounds. He's like, no, I think he's gonna be there to try and steal the W. Oh, that's not how you get the W.
Not in that specific instance.
Yeah, I think he was trying to figure out what to do with his chain because he was thinking about the greens and then the purples. Still needed a blue for his full chain. He just got caught taking too much time, and Yuuki, who is just speeding out pieces, is going to be like, no, he's not going to let you do that. He's going to be like, no.
Yeah. We got Yuuki going back and going to doing his usual. Oh boy.
Yeah, Yuki's getting so much mileage out of this form.
Oh, that's
there you go.
dire. Wait, no, it's fine. Hold on.
Yeah, Yuuki taking advantage again of the L shapes. He knows what he can use to keep himself alive.
No, that's not that. That's not it though. That's not it. That's not it.
I feel like he wanted to use that purple on his previous piece as the cut drop down, but I think he actually put it on his 13th, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And hey, Delta hit the 2/3 mark. Like, he is getting ever closer. Though the tough part is Yuuki only needs like 3 rounds. So it's gonna be difficult, even still.
Yeah, well, when you think about it like that, all Delta needs to do is make sure that Yuuki doesn't get those 3 rounds, right? That's all he has to do.
That's just easier said than done, because now you have to win. You have to win 5-2 in rounds to take the setback, and that can be pretty difficult.
Oh man, I don't think he's
especially
gonna
when
be able to
Yuuki
do that in
made
this
these
case.
huge attacks.
Oh my gosh, yo, that dismantle is insane.
The confidence just to like throw it all after that is insane. Like, he just believed, he's like, we just gotta destroy it. And now, Delta has to win 10-1 in rounds, right? Like, it's not good.
Yeah, he's gotta
Gotta
not. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, this is such a good attack. Yuuki built so standard. And it's all he needed, because Yuuki had no options from just building kind of like that official challenge style, just one link after the other.
Yeah, he was so close to getting that 3 chain though, but Delta made sure that he got the frame, or the frame hit, whatever it's called.
Oh my gosh, Yuuki is getting kind of crazy with it again.
Oh
It's gonna be an insane diving tail, I think, off the right side. But will he get a chance to use it?
Questions that we can only get answered if we get to it. Let's see. Okay, to double to 3. That's gonna force Delta into firing main, it seems like. And oh my gosh, this chain from Yuuki is actually kind of... It's workable.
Wait, that insane ghost row onto like column 1 to try and get this full chain out?
Oh my gosh. Wait, does that work?
Oh,
no, it doesn't.
He's gonna get the pieces he needs.
He was missing a green to make the chain real. Because I think that ghost row kick definitely fixed everything off to the right side, left side of his board, but just missing everything. Missing the trigger, Puyos. You hate to see it.
Yeah, and especially when you go for like complicated forms like that, that would look insane to try and build with. Like, I respect that he goes for he has the confidence to just like pull it out and not care. But sometimes you just get punished for it. It sucks.
Yeah, but even with that in mind, it's like also a good learning point for you to know, okay, this didn't work because of these specific reasons. I could try something else in the future. Wait, whoa, wait, that went into main. Oh my gosh, I thought it was just an attack from Yuuki.
I'm not sure if it was supposed to be main or an attack, but this gives him time to rebuild, but it's not a lot. Like, Delta's chain is going to end soon.
That's a 14. I don't think Yuki's going to be able to build anything in time to counter that. Yeah.
And this is huge, right? The Delta is stringing together win streaks of rounds now. He knows he's only 2 away, but he got 3 quick rounds, so he's really spiking up that win rate right now, which is what he needs.
Yeah, prevent your opponent from winning as many rounds as possible, even if you are at disadvantage, and everything will work out fine. Easier said than done, but you don't lose, and that's the mindset you need to have.
Yeah, though there's no yellow right now. Okay, he just gets the defense out.
Oh no! Wait, no, Delta's fine. 3 double into main. Whoa!
Oh, Yuki's just going main too.
I do not think Delta wanted that to be main under any circumstance, because Yuuki has way more than a 10.
Yeah, and even like it sounds so weird to say like 46 damage. I think for overseas players is a lot, but for someone like Delta and the level they've been playing at, 46 is really low for their max chain potential.
And like that, as you say, Yuuki gets off 97k. Like, wow.
Right, exactly. Like it just shows you like how weak the 48 is in comparison, because you need another 48 just to like get close to that number, and even past like a little bit.
Yeah, and now we have Yuuki here at match point.
Yeah, and Delta's gonna want as many round ones as he can get, because point difference means so much in these round robin groups, especially for like tiebreaker scenarios.
Yeah. Oh, what's this here from Yuuki? Oh boy, I'm curious, where does their chain begin?
Maybe nowhere with all the lack of purples.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, he gets what he needs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The drop down from the trash was insane. This is 100k score wise for Delta,
Wait.
but I don't know if it'll be enough. Does it count the purples?
It's enough.
Or the
It's enough. Oh my god, it's enough. Oh my god, that group bonus is insane.
Jeez, 129. What the hell?
What the hell?
And Delta's chain doesn't work on the blues.
Oh my god. Yo, for those of you who never believed in the concept of group bonus, let that be your reminder that group bonus is a real thing. They both had, Delta had a 15. Yeah, they both fired 15 chains in that round, and Yuki's beat Delta's by a mile. That tells you everything you need to know. That group bonus is indeed real.
It's so good. But also, I think the huge part was like Yuki made big uses out of the diving tails, and I think it made his damage output insane, because some of those group bonuses were always happening towards the back half of his link. If it was like a 15 chain, it would happen on the 14. If it was on a 19, it would happen on the 8. It just gives you so much damage towards the later half of your chain, which made it hard for Delta. Like Delta had a lot of good individual links in like 5 groups, but every now and again, Yuki would just sneak away with like a 6, 7, or even an 8 group of Puyo, and it was kind of nasty.
Yeah, good on him for being able to make very good usage of the group bonus for sure.
But
and it's like, that's also like, oh shit, my bad. You can go.
Okay, you can go on. You can go on.
No, okay. I was just gonna go like talk about a little bit more on group bonus. It's like a lot of the like on that note about group bonus, like something that I see from a lot of players is that, like, again, it's usually not intentional. Like a lot of the times when people go for group bonus chains, it's never intentional. They don't ever go out of their way to add more power onto their links and whatnot. But a lot of the time, whenever I do see people go for group bonus in their chains, it's always the earlier halves, which isn't always bad sometimes, but like that power doesn't really grow as that chain goes on. Like if you're going for group bonus, you typically want it to be in the middle or latter half of your chain, especially around that like 8 to 10 link area. If you're going for like say a 14 chain, no, going for like an 11 or 12 chain, because that makes such a big difference.
It's a give and take, because if you commit a lot of Poyos to your group early, you're kind of hoping that your opponent doesn't attack you, because then you're vulnerable, because more resources are going to your chain than your attack. Whereas like if you put the group burn bonuses early, you're generally looking to attack someone and less about using it to your chain.
Yeah, like if the opportunity arises to use into your chain, then yeah, do as you please, do as you may, do as you can.
But yeah, I think it's a good way to end it because GG's, that is the first set of Oi S class. With the next two sets, I think, are tomorrow with Delta versus, oh god, Charumira and Leave. Sorry, no, sorry. It's
It's
the
just
next
one
ones are
set
next
tomorrow.
week. On the 14th. So I for some reason I thought it was the 14th already. But next week it'll be Live versus Yuki and Naraske versus Yuki. Right after that on the 15th. So we're getting a lot of Yuki sets. Yuki's gonna go through like a majority of his pool within like the first 2 weeks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
And Delta get a chance to try and get some points back as well that same time next week on the 15th. Because
Against
-7 isn't like
Chaturmata.
the worst, but at this level, it can be kind of a pretty big gap. Like, usually the worst you want to have at this level is like -5. But so -7 is like pretty tough to come back on.
Yeah.
But
Well, we'll
that is
see.
then, and this is now.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting to see what adaptations all these other players will have against one another, what different play styles they'll conjure up, or if some of them just stay consistently the same throughout each of their sets.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to put it, and we'll find out next week. I think for now that is all. Tune in on the 14th and 15th for the English restreams. There's also going to be an English stream this on the 14th as well, towards like the later half of the night for the PGRS Asia online. So I think they're doing a Japanese stream and an English one. So if you're interested in the Asia tournaments, I think that's like pretty late if you're in the US. It's like 10 p.m. like Pacific. But I think for like Europe and then like the Oceania and maybe like Latin America, it's technically like early morning on the 15th. So if you want to see players like a Cliv and Rick and support some of the people who are in PGRS, like I think Neko Nia is also there. Azil, a lot of like the Ascension players are in the Asia tournament. Be worth supporting them and watching the stream.
Be sure to support a Cliv.
Yeah, or you can watch Rick and all of his Saki practice pay off. But
Support a
for
Cliv.
now, yeah, but for now, I think that is everything. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for joining me up here. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me again as well, Ascension, and thanks for commentating. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye.